What is going on? What is going on? Let's see. I want to make sure that I can. This is sounding just right. Let's see. Let us see if you can hear me. Type the number one. Let me see. I'm going to turn on the mic. There it is. Okay, great. We're live, everyone. Happy. What is today? Today is, I don't even know what day it is. I just know it's 14, the 15th of April. Welcome. This is Open Q&A. I'm super happy, super excited about the new recording studio we have going on. You may have seen I gave you a tour of my office a few days ago. And here is where the magic happens, right? Live streaming with Restream here. This is a handy dandy software that allows me to restream on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and all the destinations right away. So whatever questions you have, pretty much this is open Q&A right now. You can ask about publishing your books, getting on TEDx, getting on TV, starting a career at a great company, anything you need. So you may see me looking down a little bit because I even, have a brand new high quality camera on here and just install a little bit above the screen, and so sometimes I look at the screen to make sure we're within frame. I have some handy dandy nice looking lights right in the back for some background help. And what can I tell you? Let's see, a few messages, people sending me some messages. So want to check that out. If you can hear me, if you can see me here, type the number one. I wanna put your comment, your questions on the screen so that we know that you're here with us. I can see already a few people already connected, which is great. And so whatever questions you guys have, I know many of you are curious about becoming a speaker. So I want to add some value by sharing some insight with that. 5 years being a speaker, traveling all over the place. Today we have a speaking engagement for Laredo College. I just remember I have to plug my laptop here. If you'll excuse me for 30 seconds. Today we have speaking engagement with Laredo College. So Marta Hernandez, a very good friend of mine, also co-author a book with me, number one best-selling book on Amazon. She has her own artificial intelligence tech company, and so her startup is helping many organizations throughout the United States, and I believe even internationally now, to discover talent within their talent pool that sometimes is not discovered, untapped, because the technology is just not there to be able to see what kind of skills and potential these team members in the front lines have that could potentially just move up the ladder. So Marta Hernandez will be delivering a phenomenal workshop today on artificial technology, right? Artificial intelligence, AI, and everybody will really, soak in that information in Laredo College and see how they can leverage that in their own lives. There are many ways in which you can leverage technology. Marta knows the way to do it for that purpose of identifying talent in the front lines, getting them to the higher positions within the corporate ladder. So that's where we are. But if you're here with me, because I know there's a few people on here, type the number one, type the number one, type the number one. Well, uh, let me see. I don't have a question. I don't have a question yet, but what I want to make sure is to give you some hope about publishing your books and becoming a speaker. But rather than only giving or sharing some hope, would be to give you some direction. Okay, give you some direction. Let's get into the publishing books. When it comes to publishing books, all you need to do is decide who will my book impact. Okay, Whose life is my book going to impact? Look at this handy dandy mic. Hello, everybody. Who will my book impact? When you know that your book will impact many lives and you have identified, okay, I have a book that will help nurses. Now you know you are talking to nurses when you are working on that book. Okay, so you decide, okay, what kind of problems do nurses have? What kind of stories do I know about nurses? Do I have friends that are nurses? And when you find all those questions out, you can begin to structure the book. And when the book is structured, then you can pretty much begin the writing process. Now, the writing doesn't always have to be the writing process. The writing can also be the recording process, right? For those of you that love to do writing, well, then right up your alley, right? Writing a book, say no more. Get super excited about it, and you get busy writing, because a lot of people have writer's block, and they can't begin writing. So once you identify the profile of the person you want to speak with, then you know what kind of problems to address. Okay. And when you know what kind of problems to address, then you know what kind of solutions to provide. And that's pretty much, the essence of the book. Are you going to provide some type of solution? In this case, I just did an open Q&A video. This can be like a book as well. Say, okay, let us provide a solution for those that want to learn how to publish a book. Let us provide some hope for those that want to be a speaker. Let us provide some guidance for those that want to get on TV. So that's how you get the book started, okay? And then there's a whole process of getting it published, but we can talk about that subject another day, because it can be a little bit long, maybe like a 45-minute training, something like that. For getting on TV, this is how you pretty much get on TV. Let me see, I'm trying to lower the intensity of this, so that way you get better audio on your end. And here we are. For getting on TV, you simply have to be an expert and make the producers aware that you exist, make the news editor aware that you exist, and and then they'll consider you to come bring you on board. But you must be an expert on a relevant subject that is going on topic that is trending. Whatever you see on the news right now, you can always pitch yourself into, hey, I can help with this subject because I am an expert on the topic, and I've been an expert for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever, however long it's been that you've been an expert. But that's it. And then they'll invite you over. A lot of people overcomplicate it, but it is actually, maybe I oversimplify it, but it is actually that way. Okay. And then how to do, if you want to become a speaker, right? So this is how you become a speaker. You decide, okay, my story, pretty similar to the book, my story will impact these type of people. Then you figure out, okay, where do those people meet, in what groups and what locations, where are they? And so when you figure out where they are, then you figure out how to find them. So when you find them, you let them know, I have a message, and then you let them know this message you have, and they are gonna pretty much be open to say, send me a video, send me a proposal, send me a little outline, a little structure, can you share with me your slides, something like that. They just want to make sure you really talk about what you said you're going to talk about, not switch and bait and switch on them, especially when they have 300 people there, just listening to you, and then you switch the topic. That's the entry level for those three subjects. I hope that you receive some insight from there. I personally would have listened to this when I was starting out. So I know I have a couple of more people here watching live. So type the number one. I need you to type the number one on the comments, so that way I can know your name and give you a shout out. I can even showcase it on this handy dandy software on here. Let us see. Getting a job at a global company, something maybe a little bit more tedious in terms of qualifications, aspirations, job title, opportunity, and stuff like that. But when you find the opportunity and you identify that this is the job I want to get, this is the company I want to work for, then you simply try to build a connection within the company, because those internal connections will get you much further than any online application ever will. And the reason for that is like a couple of reasons is their own credibility is on the line, their own reputation is on the line, their own influence is on playing a part on getting you to get that interview. And then the second part is, they are incentivized to bring in people, personal recommendations. So don't be afraid to be the one who says, "Hey, can you give me a recommendation for such and such company?" Because they do get incentivized. Okay, they get incentivized. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of success. I like it. Don't be afraid of success. That is a way for you to get in the door, right in, no problema. Let me see. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I want to see how far this can go. Like that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is wonderful. Okay. So I don't have a Q&A right now. I guess people are either working on something like that still. I know I'm working. This is part of my work. So I am not surprised that people are right now pretty busy. Usually I would get people to ask a bunch of questions, stuff like that. Anyhow, I wanted to deliver that value. And the last part about getting a job is, putting yourself out there, getting the resume, getting the LinkedIn ready as much as you can. A longer subject for that. But as long as you keep in mind that it's okay to ask for a recommendation, because they get incentivized to bring you in the door as well. So take advantage of the opportunity and go ahead and rock and roll. Enjoy, everyone. Have a nice day. All right.